So good evening, friends. You know that qualitative research is growing very fast in India, and also AI is playing a very important role in qualitative research. So James Goh is the CEO and founder of Alize.com. Alize is the first AI application software where you can do qualitative data analysis very fast, very effective. So I requested James to address the Indian research scholars about the AI application of qualitative data analysis. So I am thankful to him that he accepted and now addressing and explaining the AI role. So how his software uh, ex- uh, integrate AI applications in qualitative data research. So, James, now the you can start sharing the screen and explaining how AI can be used for qualitative data analysis.
Okay, thanks for making time, everyone, and thanks for being at this workshop. So, as was described, my name is James, and I am the CEO and founder of this AI research platform for qualitative research. And the platform allows you to analyze interview transcripts, research papers, reports, news articles, survey responses, social media comments, and so on. You can also upload your audio and video and get transcriptions or translations, and you can analyze in over 100 different languages. And what you get as the output are your thematic analysis, your code book, your comparisons across gender, age, demographics. You get frequency analysis, visualizations, and you get that in a neat report with the full code book and traceability and all that. So this is aimed to help you analyze your data much more quickly and allows you to understand your data very efficiently. It can also make your data make you much more rigorous in your individual research. So what I'll cover today is how you could use this tool for your analysis. And then I'll take about 30 plus minutes, and then we can have another 30, 20 minutes to do a Q&A if you have specific questions of how you could best use the software. And if you need further, this is just an introductory session to show you the different features. If you want more training, AJ can follow up and provide you with those additional training options as well. So let me first cover data security because that's often a top question. So data security is a top priority. The data that it's an online website that you upload your data to. So the data that you upload will be fully encrypted, so no one else can see your data. We don't use your data to train on our AI models, and you're in full control of your data, so you can delete it from the platform at any time. So those are key measures that we take for data security. This is also a common concern, how whether this tool can be used for different types of research. So top journals like Education Sciences or Nutrition and Clinical Practice or Drugs and Real World Outcomes, Springer and others are using our tool. So here, these are just some examples of papers just from last year that have used the tool and got published in top journals. And you can see the detailed justification for how they use AILYZE and how they justify to the publishers and the peer reviewers on why it's accurate and how they used it in a responsible way. So just to say that it's well accepted to use AI as long as you disclose it correctly and disclose it appropriately. And you also have proper oversight of how you're using AI. So these are just some examples you can use, and there's other examples of professors using the tool as well. Let me show you what one of the AI outputs look like. So here, what I'm showing you is what the AI report looks like and what you can get. And in order to create this report, all you need to do is upload your interview transcripts or your report or blogs or news articles or research papers. Upload all your data and then also upload your research framework or upload your code book or upload your research questions. And with those two inputs, the AI can automatically give you this full report that you can then put into your findings section of your thesis. So let me show you some of the key outputs. So let me show you a theme. And so here you can see here, this is one of the themes that the AI identified. It has an overall theme, but it also has sub-themes. You could also provide the AI your themes and your research framework, and it'll follow that and help you do the analysis. Let me show you some of the outputs. So here, this is one of the outputs for the theme, and you see you get different outputs. One of the key outputs is a summary of individual files. So here you can get on the left, these are all the participants that you may have interviewed. And on the right, these are summaries for that theme. So you get to understand what that participant said with regards to that theme. And these could also be, instead of participants, it could be research articles or news reports or blogs or, annual reports that you're trying to review. So it can help you do that. And then importantly, it will also extract all the relevant quotes from that participant for that theme. So immediately you get to see all the quotes relevant to that theme from that participant or from that document. And I can click on any one of these quotes to see where they appear in the underlying document. So it helps me understand what the context of the quote, but also assures me that these are not hallucinated and these are verbatim quotes, not paraphrased in the transcripts. So that's a summary of individual files. The AI can also give me some codes. So here you can see this is the theme and the sub-theme, and under the sub-theme, I can see different codes. On the left, these are either the AI can give you these codes, or you can put in your own codes and your own code book, and it'll follow your code book and code your data for you. In brackets, you see the number of participants that spoke about the code, the definition of the code, and all the participants that spoke about that code. I can view more and see, all the different quotes. You can also see some context from the AI to help you understand why it was coded. So there's good AI explainability to help you understand what was being said and why it was coded as such. And there's a lot of interactivity with your code book. So you can refresh the code, you could edit the code, you could delete the code, you could delete quotes, you could change the definition, you can add more codes. You can make it, if you find the definitions wrong, you could change the code and rephrase it differently. And of course, you could also manually add quotes. So you can manually code it yourself if you find something's wrong. There's also different AI features to help you modify your code book quickly. So you could delete quotes. And if you delete quotes, you could either remove the single quote or remove all similar quotes using AI prompts. So you can have that iteration of the code book very quick and easy. Just to say that the AI will give you a first initial code book, which you can then modify and add more emphasis or refine the definition based on what you need. So it's a iterative process to help you get your final code book. So this is the code book that you'll receive. And then based on that code book, you can also see visualizations. So you can see code frequencies. I can understand how many documents spoke about the different codes. So this can help me quickly say, 7 out of 20 participants said XYZ. In addition to these frequencies, I can also see how they differ, let's say, across gender. So I can see here, these are male versus female, and I can see for females, how many participants spoke about it, or males, how many participants spoke about it. These males and females, you would have to you have to tag your documents when you're creating the project. So you can either get the AI to help you tag the documents for you. The AI can go into your documents and see whether they are male or female. based on the transcript or based on your report. Um, it could be region, it could be age. You can define it based on what you need. Or you could upload like a spreadsheet and tag your documents, or you can manually tag it through our system. And once you tag it, you can see these gender differences. Beyond the gender differences, you can also see beyond quantitative differences, you can also see qualitative differences and explanations for those differences. So you can see what females generally talked about, what males generally talked about, and then some similarities and differences between males and females and why they were different and some hypotheses behind that. So that can help you understand, what you're trying to do, um, what the participants are thinking when trying to understand those differences. Um, so that's the comparison across segments and across gender, but you could have, across occupation or across regions. Um, and then, of course, you can also get summaries across individual files. So for this theme, it'll give you the overall summary. So you can put this directly into your thesis, and you'll be able to then explain the themes, explain the codes. And if you need even more analysis, you can always look at even more analysis here and have it find the relevant quotes for you and explanations to help you justify, your different themes. You might be worried that, will this be detected by AI? Will there be plagiarism or AI generated content? By and large, these will not be detected as such because as you see here, for instance, most of the AI generated analysis are quotes from your underlying documents and then explanations about those quotes. And because the quotes are human outputs, these will not be detected as AI generated. So as long as you ground your analysis in the underlying interviews or research articles, then it will not be detected as AI generated. Um, I showed you the summary for a single theme, but you might need different analysis. So for each of these AI summaries, you'll be able to also chat with the analysis. And if I click on this, I'll be able to chat with the analysis. So I can tell it, write it as 3 pages or anonymize the interviews or write this in Hindi. Um, and you can also, as I said, upload your data in different languages, and the output could also be in different languages if you need it to. So this chatbot gives you more flexible analysis, whether in different languages or whether in helping you find more quotes or help you ask the AI, why it made certain assessments. The chatbot can help you do that. Um, there's some other smaller there's other features as well. So you could also see hierarchy graphs. So for instance, your professor often wants you to help to visualize your code book. So you can see the theme, the sub theme, and then individual codes with the number of participants that spoke about each code. So you can easily understand, what the different codes are talking about, and how they relate to the overall sub themes. This is the hierarchy graph. And then you can also see code co-occurrences. So here, for instance, you can see code co-occurrences between different codes. And I can click on this to see here, for instance, there's 2 different codes that people often consult global health authorities. And then people also rely on this website. And so I can see that these 2 codes happen in 6 different documents. So there are 6 participants that have these 2 different codes in the document, and I can see correlations in the codes. So for instance, if you want to see common symptoms that your participants have, if you want to see common issues that they face, you might see these codes and that they have high correlations. And that can help you understand what the correlations mean and which were higher correlations as well. So that can help you identify good trends. The other is network graphs. So you can also see clusters of codes, and you can see, which were the central codes. So maybe this is sort of the most common issue, but then it branches out into smaller sub issues. And you can find these correlations through the network graph as well. So this can also help to make your research much more robust and help you identify connections that you would otherwise find difficulty identifying. Another visualization that we also provide are word frequency visualizations. So for instance, let me show you the overall word cloud. So this is an overall word cloud, and you can quickly identify which are the top words. And you might see certain things that maybe are not that important. So like for instance, words like Timothy may not be important. So the AI also helps me group the different words, and I can quickly identify, okay, I can hide the people and pronouns. I can hide the time expressions, and I can modify the word cloud so that it best represents what I want to analyze. Um, Another useful feature is to group the word clouds by different categories. So here, for instance, you see it's grouped into, let's say, health and medicine. And so I can see the specific words related to health and medicine. So this can also be helpful for helping me quickly identify what were the key words in the transcripts. If I want a more quantitative visualization, I can also do that. This gives me a bar chart, and I can show, even more detailed analysis across different words, across different categories, to help me understand my data better. And everything can be downloaded. Everything that you see in this spreadsheet can be easily downloaded as a Word document or as an Excel sheet if you need to. Um, Maybe I'll cover one more thing, which is you can also get an overall high level overview of all your data. So here, this is an overview of your code book, and you can see that your participant, and then these are all the different themes and questions, and you can see all the codes relevant to each participant. So this can also give you a quick overview of your data as well. For all of your analysis, you can also add more files or add more themes or add more questions. So there's all these additional options. If you decide that, I want a new theme or I need to redo the analysis, it's very easy. Just add a new question, add a new theme, and the AI will do the work for you to help you recode your data and reanalyze the data. Another useful feature is to share as a project. So you might be working with your supervisor, and they often want to understand, how you're doing your codes, what is the underlying data. They often want to see your underlying data. So you can share it as a URL link, and then your professor will also be able to review all the codes, look at your code book, review the summaries, and often your professor will then tell you, okay, this code is interesting. Maybe you should develop this into a theme, and then you can tell the AI to add a new theme, and then it will recode the data for you. And you can iterate with your supervisor that way. So this is to share as a link. But you could also add a collaborator if you're working as a team. Then your professor can also, if they're also on this platform, they can then add more files, add more themes, add more codes, delete things. They could edit the project as well, rather than just viewing the project if they're just having the viewing option. So that's also a useful feature. So those are sort of, if you're analyzing documents, those are some of the key features for helping you analyze your interviews or your reports or your research articles. You could easily get all your codes. Let me show you how you could create this project. It's going to be relatively simple. So let me show you the interface. So let's say so this is the interface for creating a project. And first I just need to upload my files. So I can upload my data. I can link it to Google Drive or Dropbox or other places. Um, I can also select from previous projects. So let me upload this data. So what I've done is I've just selected 3 Word documents. You can upload 50 documents if you need to. And based on these documents, I just need to choose different analyses. So what I can do is I click on themes and say I just want to do a thematic analysis. I'll come back to the different options, but let's just focus on thematic analysis. What I need to do is I can go to the next configuration. I'll be prompted to either to choose either getting AI to generate the themes or use my own themes and code book. So let's say I want to get the AI to suggest themes. So I can give the AI some instructions, focus on XYZ, or I am trying to understand, XXX research question. So you can put your research questions here to get it more focused on your themes on your research question. Or I can just leave it, the AI can also natively look at the transcripts or look at your research and your documents and come up with the themes. So let's say I click on this, the AI will take some time to read all of your data. This is the AI, now can analyze, 10,000 pages or thousands of pages all at once. So it's inductively reading all your data and then suggesting the themes for you. And what you'll see once the AI is done with this is it will come up with some themes and sub themes that I can then review. So I could see if the AI makes sense, or if there's some themes that it's not relevant to my research, I can modify it at this stage. Otherwise, I can also just let the AI do the analysis and use AI themes and codes. Um, Once the AI generates the codes, I could also manually put in my own individual codes if I want to, have a hybrid of AI and user generated. So here, for instance, you can see here immediately it gives me the theme, the sub theme, and I can add manually the codes. Or if I don't add the codes manually, when I create the project, the AI will then start to code my data for me and analyze my data. So here you can see all the different themes and sub themes, and I can modify it if I need to. Um, uh, uh, Beyond the AI generated themes, I can also use my own themes or codebook. So here, for instance, if I already have a framework, I can just paste all of my themes and codebook in here. So this is, you can see here at the bottom how you could input that data. You can just say theme is this, and then sub themes are these, and then these are the codes. You can give it in free text, and then the AI will automatically format it for you. Um, and then it'll code the data for you. So that's another option. And you could use both AI generated themes well as the own code book. So once I put in all these, once I'm happy with the themes and sub themes and the codes, I will just need to create the project and start the analysis. So really, you just need to upload your data and then get the AI to create the themes, or you could put in your own themes, and then you'll be able to get all of that coding, all of the summaries, all of the citations, just like that. There are additional things you could do with the tool. So let me cover the other features. So let me just check all of them um, and walk you through step by step. So here, this is if you want to provide some background context and specify your research methodology, you could also do that. Um, so here, for instance, you can see that the AI gives you different methodologies. So let me zoom in. There's reflexive thematic analysis, inductive analysis, there's grounded theory, phenomenological, ethnographic, narrative, discourse analysis. And what the AI will do is it's trained on these different methodologies and can help you tailor your research and your coding to the different methodologies, and you'll get more accurate and customized analysis. Um, in addition to selecting the methodologies, you can also upload your documents and provide context. So you can upload your research framework or the methodology that you have, and then the AI will process that and try to tailor your analysis to those methodologies. So let's say I click on reflexive thematic analysis. It gives me a detailed prompt about the methodology and research context. So I can modify this prompt if I need to. If there's something customized I need to tell the AI, I can put that here. Um, then the next configuration is the thematic analysis. So we've already covered this. You could get the themes. So that's a thematic analysis. Another configuration is to put in your research questions. So you can give the AI your research questions as well, beyond just giving an open-ended thematic analysis. So what are the challenges? What are the opportunities? So these are just some example research questions that I can format that. Um, and the AI will just split that into two separate questions. And if I go to the next configuration, what the AI will do is it'll map my research questions to the different themes. So here, for instance, you can see here, this is the themes that I had identified. And then on the right, these are my research questions. So I can have this framework for the AI to understand these research questions map to these themes, and you can then put that in your final report so that, often you need to report this in your thesis. So that's something you can also do. And you can drag and drop to modify how it maps. So this is to map your research questions to themes. And then in the next configuration, this is to compare across segments like gender, age. So I have these four different documents. And what I might want to do is I might want to tag it to, let's say, gender. So I can choose gender. I can type in male and female. So what I'm doing is I'm just telling the I want you to detect the gender of the participants, and you can detect it. And I want you to focus on male versus female. I can ask the AI to add more, or I can just restrict it to male or female. And then if I click on this, what the AI will do is it'll go into my transcripts. And if the participant introduced them as like I'm a wife or I'm a husband, then it'll detect that and put that for me. So here you can see it's helping me tag these two to males. And then this one, the participant didn't describe themselves. So I can manually put that in as female. So I've tagged the documents to the different genders that I need to. Uh, and I can add as many as I want. I can add, region, or I can add the year of publication, or the methodology of the publication if I'm doing like a systematic review. Um, I could also add manually, so I can add manually the age group, and I can do this manually as well. Or I can import as a spreadsheet. So I can import a spreadsheet with all of my documents and all of let me show you, for instance. Yeah, if I have a an Excel sheet that looks something like this, then I can get the AI to ingest this Excel sheet, and then it'll tag the documents for me. So um, that's something that it can also do. So once you tag your documents, that's the final step. If you want to do these comparisons across gender or age, then you'll need to do that. And then you just click on create the project and start your analysis. Then what you will receive will be this report that we just talked about. It'll give you all the themes based on the themes that you just saw. It'll give you all the summaries, all the code books. It'll give you all of the different comparison across gender. So it'll give you the codes. And then it can also compare across segments, what females talked about, what males talked about, and so on. So that's basically the inputs that you'll give to the AI for your analysis. So what I just covered is helping you analyze interviews and Word documents. In the next maybe 10 minutes, I'll cover how you could analyze open-ended data. So let me see if I have. So you might have instead of documents or PDFs or Word documents, you might have an Excel sheet of open-ended data. So these could be, social media comments, or it could be your survey responses, or it could be, program information. And so this is a common format. You have your question here, and then you have all of these open-ended data that you need to then analyze and tag. So it could be 1,000 open-ended comments, it could be 10,000 open-ended comments, or text that you need to analyze. So what you can do is similar to the interviews or the reports, you could get the AI to analyze that data and give you a themes, to give you a code book, or you can put in your own codes and put in your own themes. So for instance, I can give it a certain code book, and then it will then help me generate this additional column called AI labels, and then it'll help me label all the different columns based on whether that response contained that topic or that viewpoint. And so this is the AI labels. What is easier to see is once all of these are coded and tagged, you can then see frequency charts. So you can see, across the different codes or the sub-themes. You can see how many of your open-ended responses talked about the different codes and the different themes. You can also see how they compare it across, let's say, school type. So here there's 3 different school types, and you can compare them across. That's other things, like you can see it as percentages. You can see them, in different types of percentages if you need to. The AI also gives you the detailed code book. So here you can see this is the theme, this is the sub-theme, and then within the sub-theme or the code, you see all the different quotes from the participants, and it gives you the AI code justification to help you understand why they were coded as such. And similar to the other project, you can modify the code book, you could edit it, you could review, you could change the definition, you could split the codes, and there's a lot of iteration you can do if you're not happy with the way the AI is coding your data. Um, and then, you probably need to also, write your report. So the AI gives you an overall summary across all the different themes and sub-themes, what people said, and it gives me illustrative quotes from different participants to help me understand what they were saying, and includes that in this overall report. If I need even more data, I can also look at the bottom here where it gives me even more detailed summaries for individual codes or sub-themes. So these are more detailed summaries for every single sub-theme. Um, and then it gives me all the codes relevant to the sub-theme here as well. And similar to the other project, you could chat with the data, you could get code co-occurrences, you can get those correlations, get those network graphs, get those word clouds. Um, you could share the project, you could download the analysis. So all of that can be easily done with the tool as well. Um, there's a few other quick features that I want to cover before I open it up for question and answer. So beyond what I had shown you, the AI can also we also cover other features which could be relevant. So this is what the platform looks like once you log in, and you'll be able to select different analyses options. So you can analyze your Word documents and PDFs, which is what I showed you. You can analyze your Excel sheets and CSV files, which is also what I showed you. The focus is more on the qualitative data, we don't do the statistical regressions and things like that for you. Um, and then beyond that, you can also transcribe your audio and video. So if you want to transcribe, in Hindi or in different local Indian languages, we have about 10 languages from India that you could look into. You could also get different uh, different local accents, and you could add your own custom dictionary, so custom spelling, and help to transcribe your data for you. You could translate your Excel sheets, PowerPoints, PDF files if you need to. Um, this is more interesting. This is an AI avatar that you could use. So maybe not for all projects, but you can actually create some of these AI avatars, and you can do this in English and Hindi and other languages. And you'll need to choose these avatars, choose the language that you need, and you upload your interview guide. And then you'll receive a survey link, which you then send to your respondents. And your respondents on their mobile phones or on their computers will then talk to the avatars via voice. The avatar will follow your list of interview questions, but it's also trained to go outside of your interview questions. So you don't need to, give a special instruction to the avatar. It's already trained to ask probing questions and follow-up questions dynamically based on what your respondents are saying. And based on the interview, the AI will then, once the interviews are done, you will receive the interview transcripts along with the translations if it's in different languages, as well as the audio files. And then, of course, you can use the tool to analyze those transcripts as well. So that's the AI avatars. The other piece is to extract data from online sources. So you can also extract data from all of these different platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, and many others. Um, and so, for instance, if I want to get Reddit comments, what I need to do is I just need to go to that Reddit page and then give the AI the URL link. And then what it'll provide me is all of these author names, the message, the date, number of votes. And you'll be able to then get, 10,000 or 1,000, depending on how many comments you want to extract, and in a comments in a spreadsheet. And you can then use our tool to then analyze the top themes and sub themes. So here, for instance, this is the message that the Reddit user might have posted, and you'll get 1,000 of these, depending on how much comments there are. So those are sort of the key uses of this tool. I know there should be some, key questions. So I'll just pause here to see if there were some questions. And if you want, you can also post your questions in the chat, and I can help to answer some of your questions.
James, thank you very much for demonstrating the software. Now I invite questions from the participants. So whatever questions you have in your mind, so please ask. Yeah, Pooja, you can ask first.
Hello. Thank you, sir, for such an insightful session. So, Elise is a wonderful tool. I think it has solved all our problems related to qualitative analysis as a researcher. So, it is a very good tool for us. So, I am Pooja Miglani. I am a researcher in IIT Delhi. Sir, actually, in our institute, what we have to do, any research which is involving human participants, we have to take the approval of a institute ethics committee. So I am not sure like how much it would be acceptable to them the use of AI in analysis, because we have to submit them timely reports after every 6 months the progress of our projects. So can you suggest something on that, like how can we tackle with that if we have used this particularly?
Yeah, so there's several layers that the IRB is worried about. The biggest concern that they usually have is data security. So these are the key measures that we take to secure your data, and I had covered that. And typically, for the different professors that I work with, when they cover the data security pieces, the IRB does not generally go too deep into, how you use the AI, what's the oversight and all that, because from the ethics perspective, we're safeguarding the participants' data. And in terms of the AI use, the AI is not going to train on your data. And so then it's going to ensure the data security part. The subsequent concerns with that you had was things like the acceptability to the different journals or individual supervisors or professors. IRB is also sometimes concerned about these things. So there, what I would focus on is first on the quality of the software. So there is a lot of analysis that we've done with researchers to prove that this AI tool is reliable and it's accurate. So for instance, here, this is one example with Arizona State and Penn State University with professors there. And they showed that with human versus AI, they got a 96% accuracy. And this was 371 different transcripts. And they had quotes to show that the AI was very accurate. And actually, with the humans, with so many transcripts and so much data, it's actually quite low in accuracy. So this can help you, show that there are peer-reviewed papers benchmarking this tool that are independent, showing that the tool is accurate, does not hallucinate, and gives you explanations and justifications. So this is one publication, but we also showcase a few others with like the UN Evaluation Group or with UNICEF that are reputable institutions where you benchmark the tool against AI. So that's another piece, which is to show that the tool itself is reliable. And then there's also the piece on just how you're going to use the tool. So what I had talked about was whether this will be detected as AI generated content. And what I had mentioned was that the tool just helps you summarize your data and organize your data. So it primarily gives you these quotes and then elaborates on the quotes. So and these quotes are human generated, so these will not be detected as AI. And so if their concern is more on the AI plagiarism part, you wouldn't be too concerned if you're really grounding your analysis on human generated data. The other concern is, are you over trusting AI? And this is more how you're using the tool. So treat the tool as just a tool. Treat the tool not as a researcher, but as a tool to help you organize and index your data very, very quickly and efficiently. So the AI can very quickly help you group it into different codes, but then you are still the person modifying the codes, reviewing the codes, doing sample checks to see if the coding is accurate. And if you have a proper workflow and you're showing your supervisor or the IRB that you are checking a good sample of your codes, and then ideally giving some sample checks and telling your researcher that I checked, 100 different quotes, and out of the 100 are, real quotes, not hallucinated, and 100 of them, or maybe 75, 95 of the quotes correctly tagged to the codes. Then you can report some of these statistics in your journal or to your reviewers to show that you've done your due diligence to make sure that for your own projects, you're using it responsibly and checking all the AI generated content. And then beyond just what the AI generates, you also want to pick and choose what is important insights. So for instance, here you see all the different codes, but not everything might be interesting to your research or interesting based on the literature that you have, or interesting based on what your broader research objectives might want. So you'll delete some of the codes, you'll pick and choose what to put in your final report, and all of that critical thinking and synthesis still comes from you. So the AI is just a tool to help you organize your data. You're doing the critical synthesis to say what you should report, how you should phrase it, what you should emphasize. Those are all human oversight that's very, very important. So it's a very long reply, but it's a very important piece that I think many researchers get worried about. So I'll pause here to see if you have follow-ups. Otherwise, I think others also have some questions.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. And sir, one more question can I ask?
Yeah.
Sir, actually, different journals have different policies regarding use of AI. Like some journals says that only use for grammatical purposes is allowed, and some says that you just have to disclose your use of AI, else not. So, would it reduce chances of shortlisting some journals to some extent, or is it acceptable in FT50, ABDC, all kind of journals? So what is your say on this?
So I have not come across any top journal that says you can't use AI, or that have said that you can only use AI for grammar or whatever. What I have seen is almost all journals, their main criteria is you don't have AI generated content, and you don't have AI plagiarism, and you don't replace the human with the AI in generating the findings and synthesis and so on. Um, their main concern is you should disclose the use of AI, where you used AI, where you had the oversight and synthesis, what role AI played, and how you use it responsibly. So that's the disclosure that they need. And this disclosure is also because the journals want to understand and learn from one another, what other people are doing, whether they do it effectively. So I think it's very uncommon that they will reject you because you're using an AI tool. What they will reject you is in your description of your use of AI. It's you write, I used AI and then these were the AI findings. And then you just paste what the AI give you. If you're doing that, I'm sure the journal will reject you. And that's not how you should use AI. You should be saying, I used AI to generate these themes, these codes. I reviewed the AI outputs. I validated it. I modified some codes. I picked out which were important. I benchmarked it. And then this is my synthesis, not the AI synthesis. AI gave me some ideas, but this is my final output. If you write it in that fashion and disclose it properly, then no one will fault you for using a tool just to support your analysis.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Sumaira, please ask your query. Yeah, Sumaira, please. You are not audible. Hello. Sumaira, you are not audible. Okay. You can put your question on the chat box or any other query.
AJ, will you help to consolidate all the emails?
Yeah, Sumaira, you are not audible yet. You can ask, you can put your query in the chat. Puneet.
Uh, Good evening, sir. Very thank you for this insightful session. Sir, I want to ask a question. Uh, in the doctrinal research, can we use the qualitative analysis and can we use this ELYSE software in that if we are doing the doctrinal research only and we have many PDFs as a document?
Uh, could you rephrase your question, or you're saying, can you have many pages?
PDFs, so if we have many PDFs as
Yeah.
research papers or where we have books and very reports, we are doing the doctrinal research and can we do the qualitative analysis in the doctrinal research and use the software?
Yeah. So you're able to analyze, up to about 500 PDF files in a single project. Um, but we have different pricing tiers. So the standard pricing tier allows you to analyze 50 documents in a single project. And if you want to analyze more, then you'll have to pay a per file charge to analyze more. Or you can more in a single project, or you can also just create multiple projects. So if you have 100 documents under the standard pricing tier, you can create two different projects with two different sets of 50 files. Then you don't need to pay any extra charges. But if you need all of your files in a single project, then there are some extra charges. But generally, if you have 50 files, then we don't have any extra charges, or you don't have to split your research into multiple projects or multiple reports.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hmm. Hi, Professor. This is Sumaira. Am I audible right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
are
are.
audible.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Professor Ajay, and thank you, James, for such an insightful session. I have actually two questions. One question is pretty relevant to the practical workflow of ELYSE. Like, if I want to do the SLR, which is a systematic literature review, so what is the best workflow to use this tool? Like, I have to follow the multiple steps as per the workshop instructions. Like, I need to import all the relevant documents, the PDF, then coding, then theme and export. So can you please elaborate in a bit detail for me?
Yeah.
Systematic literature review. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean it will depend on how you want to do the systematic review, but let me the most straightforward way is there's different options you can select. The simplest way is upload all of your PDF files and then or Word documents, and then you can click on Get Themes and Codebook. And what you can do is you can go next configuration. And I think in particular for systematic reviews, you will have your own codes. So here you can put in, let's say, um, study details, and then you can put, so I can put, study detail. Let's say theme is a study details, sub theme is participants details, and then code is demographics. No, sorry, a code could be let's say male, female,
Mm-hmm.
male and female. And then you could have, other sub-themes. So like you could have here, let's say region, and then this could
Mhm.
be Delhi, this could be Mumbai, and you can have more. So you can put in your codebook of what you want to extract from each of your research articles. And
Mhm.
once you put in all your data, so this is just study details, but you'll also have like, what's the research methodology? Is it a mixed methods? Is it a quantitative analysis? Or you want to break it down into individual codes? Like you want to break it down into some type of regression, natural experiments, observation studies. You could list all your codes that you're interested in. You could also list out, what kinds of results you want to get. So you could say, you could put a code such as, so I can put in here, a sub-theme might be effectiveness of
Mhm.
alcohol on, just effectiveness, no, effectiveness of training. And then one of your codes could be very effective. One of your codes could be moderately effective. And then this could be not effective. And then maybe your theme here is study results. So you could code this as, you could give the code book, you could give it these code book. And what the AI will do is it will look at your paper and then look at the study results and then look at, did the paper talk about the effectiveness of training? And then it'll help
Mhm.
you group it into very effective, moderately effective, not effective. And so you get all that extracted out. So in your report that you will get, this is what you'll receive. You'll see here as the codes, very effective at training, not effective at training. And then you get to see all the studies that show when is it, what is the context where it gives me no, sorry, which research articles said that it was not effective, which research articles said it was effective. So you can get it organized all here. And then you can look at some visualizations like what I talked about, which are the code co-occurrences. You can see, for instance, maybe females, the codes that focus on female participants, very often
Mhm.
they have low effectiveness. And then you can see there's 5 research articles that focused on females and showed low effectiveness. And you can start to find some of these correlations and tag your data accordingly. So that's how you might want to do your systematic review. Did that answer your question, or was
Yeah,
that
exactly.
not
So
what you were
with
looking for?
with the continuation of the same discussion, say, can you please also elaborate, like whether is there any option of the filtration of the data analysis? For instance, if the AI tool provides multiple headings or multiple subheadings of it, and I consider like some of them are not related or not the relevant ones according to the results. So is there any option which can be automatically filtered, or do I need to do it manual?
Yeah, so you would do your research in 2 stages. You'll create you'll first upload all of your reports.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance here, let me just give one example. So instead
Yeah,
of
sure.
themes, I can put in, let's say, research answers to questions. Uh, Sorry, maybe let me go back to make it simpler. So first what you will do is, let me choose, uh, let me show you an example.
Yeah, sure.
So for instance here, so one of your sub-themes could be study focuses on uh, children, right? And then this is focuses on girls, and then focuses on boys. So this could be the code book that you want. You want that the study focuses on children, the study focuses on girls, and study focuses on boys. And maybe one of your filters is, I only want to focus on studies that focus on boys, right? So you'll run the first analysis to help you code all your data to see which studies focus on girls, which study focuses on boys. And then you'll download the code book and you'll get to see all the reports that are girls and all the reports that are boys. And then you'll have to manually take just move them into different folders. And then once you have that, you can then run your proper analysis on only the studies that focus on boys. So does that
Okay.
answer your question?
Yeah, perfect, perfect. And the another question is that is there any option to integrate the other software with it? For example, if I upload all the research papers in the Mendeley and make different folders in Mendeley, or can I integrate that particular software with the Elise AI? So would it be automatically or something like that?
No, we're working on that,
Okay.
but maybe middle of the year we'll get that out, but not right now.
So there is no integration available as of now.
There's no integration with your citation software, but there's integration with like Google Drive, OneDrive, Zoom, maybe more data integration with the files that you might store in the different cloud platforms.
Okay, what about the Google Scholar? If I make certain folders in the Google Scholar, can I
Not
directly integrate?
not right now.
No, okay, perfect,
So you'll
perfect.
have to download all of your papers as PDFs and
So,
then upload it to the platform.
perfect. The upload is the first and utmost option.
Yeah.
And one important question, throughout the time period, we talked about the positivity of the AI tool, all the plus points. What about the risks associated with this particular tool, which we should consider being researchers so far?
Yeah. So I think the risks are the same risks that the IRB or your supervisor or the journals are having, which is that I mentioned data security, I mentioned hallucinations and accuracy checks. So you need to make sure whatever tool you're using is secure. You need to make sure that whatever AI output that you see, you do some sample checks just to see if it makes sense. The biggest concern that I would personally have is you over rely on the AI. So you know the AI can give you all these codes, but you should not treat this as sort of the final code book. You should really try to iterate on the code book, change the definitions, add more codes based on what you personally think will be the best. The AI is just giving you a suggestion. So I would not want to, take this first output as the final output. And I want to make sure that you are, properly reviewing the output and then properly picking and choosing the analysis that's most important for your work. So, for instance, here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs of information that you could choose from to put in your final report and your thesis. So you really want to read through the different takeaways and see which one resonates the most with the literature or the kind of insights that you want to present. Those I think will be the key risks, because if you're just leaving the AI to do the analysis, then it will generate something that maybe is not your voice or it's more generic. So you have to make sure that it's probably tailored to your research framework and your hypotheses and the literature.
Yeah. If we compare it with the NVivo or MaxQDA, where would you rank its compatibility?
So there, I do have a comparison table here.
Mhm.
But the broad takeaway is that the other tools are not AI native. They are
Mhm.
mostly manual, and then they put a little bit of AI. So they have a little bit of a chatbot, they have a little bit of suggestions for the coding. So as you do the coding manually, it will suggest some codes for you. It's a lot of keyword matching. So it's very different from our tool, which is very AI native. And we, out of the box, the primary way for you to do the coding is to upload your codebook and then the AI do the coding for you. And then you just tell the AI how you want to modify your codebook. Whereas the other tools, you'll have to still look every single page one by one. You'll still have to get the AI to give you a range of suggestions and click on every single one. So it's going to be much more time consuming. And then there's also some price differences. There's also some data security differences. But the key difference is the AI integration and the ease of use when trying to use this tool. Most other tools, you'll need maybe like a week to learn how to use the tool. But I think with this tool, you might need just a few sessions or just a single session to quickly, as you see, click on a few buttons and use the tool.
Thank you so much. So, but if I see the comparison, all these options are available in the paid version. What about the free ones?
You'll be able to this is the table is not showing paid. This is the paid part. So with the free version, you can analyze one of your research questions, but as many files as you want, and you can create as many projects as you want. But with the paid version, you'll be able to run as much analysis and get as many themes, as many research questions answered. The pricing is on a month-to-month basis, so you really only need the tool for like a month to do the full analysis. And then once you're done with the analysis, you'll be able to then start to write up your report. So that's the context of how we price and the different features available.
Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you so much, Professor Ajay, and thank you so much, James.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm mindful of time, but we can answer the final question. Is that okay?
Yeah, this is the last question from Anand.
Sir, I have a query that the access that we are gonna get would be helping in doing all these analysis and the one that is paid, or it is only thing that will be covered in the free version, and for how many days we are gonna get this access?
So you'll get a 2-week access to play around with the tool with the paid version.
Okay, sir. Okay. So we have been
So,
in discussions with you offline also from my college institute for the access.
Okay.
okay, Anand. Yeah, James.
Dr. Ajay, will you help to consolidate the emails?
Yeah, I will do.
Okay, good. Yeah, so maybe just a final wrap up. Just thank you for taking the time to join this session. I give you a very quick overview of the tool. Dr. Ajay can give you a more detailed walkthrough, can train you exactly how to get the right outputs, make sure that whatever you write in the journal is defensible, can be justified, can get you through to working with your professors and supervisors. If you face any issues, you can also email him or email me, and I can help answer any questions as well. So I hope you continue to use different AI tools and try to be efficient about your research and focus. Let the AI do the simple, the drudgery, the manual work, and then focus more on the synthesis, the critical thinking. That would be the most important for your research because that's what's going to stand out your research from other research papers is how you phrase your analysis, how you angle your analysis, not just the manual coding that you might be doing.
Okay, so thank you all. Thanks. I hope you like the software and will continue to use it. So now we are ending the session, and I'm thankful to you that I'm thankful to James also. He took out his time and so address you. So thank you very much. We will meet sometime. So now I am closing the session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ajay, sir.
We will take talk later on. Let me close the session and then
I have WhatsApped you the query, so you can reply later also.
yeah, I will reply later on.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.